could you say this every time? This is the new world, you told me lightly. Oh, and how could it end? Let it fall in my lifetime. I don't really like.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sherry. I'm so glad you're here today. Thank you so much for your time. I'm here today to try something that is probably gimmicky. In fact, I know it's gimmicky, but I want to try it anyway, and that is the cut crease stamp. I saw several YouTubers, some bigger, some smaller, try this with varying results. So if it has the potential to be a train wreck, that's probably what's going to happen to me, but it doesn't matter. I want to try it anyway. So I went ahead and put on the majority of my makeup, including my base eyeshadow. And so now it's time for me to actually try to cut my crease with this thing. And I figured I kind of learned from some of their mistakes, and I'm not going to do the same things they did. For instance, they put too much eyeshadow on it, or they didn't put concealer on the actual edge where it was touching and things like that. So I'm going to attempt to not do what they've done. So just in case you don't know, this kind of reminds me of one of those old-fashioned perfume atomizers that you squirted to get the perfume out. And this, of course, is the guide that you're supposed to stamp on your eye. We're going to see if it works out that way. So I'm just going to give it a roll and see what happens. So if you would like to see the verdict about this little tool and like to see if I can actually do it with this tool, then please keep on watching. More than likely, I'm going to have some trouble with a light shining on my face from my mirror. It's the time of day, and that's just the way it happens, and I'm sorry. So if that bugs you, my apologies. But I'm going to have my mirror up so that I can see what in the world I'm doing. But I'm just going to use my tart shape tape like I normally do. I've got my MAC 242 brush that I'm going to use to help clean up if I need to. Also this little bitty detailer brush to use to clean up if I need to, which I have a feeling I'm going to need to. And I've been using my Jaclyn Hill palette is what I have on my eyes, and so I have a pink shade that I plan to put over the concealer once I have it down. So let's just give it a roll. I'm probably not going to talk through this. I'm just going to try to do it and we'll see what happens. It's likely to be funny. So I hope it's not funny. I hope it's like, wow, look at her mad skills. But I have a feeling it's not going to turn out that way. But we're going to give it a try anyway. So let's do this. I'm going to do a half cut crease. I'm not going to be extremely adventurous right to begin with. And so I'm going to put concealer on half of this. This is kind of a rubbery surface, which kind of baffled me because you would think that it would be something that wouldn't grip because you want it to come off. But anyways, let me not question the obvious geniuses that created this product. But I'm just going to put it about halfway through, and I'm also going to kind of make the edge on the inner part jagged so that it's not a straight line where I can just kind of buff it out a little bit. That's always my issue with cut creases. So I'm just painting this on here. And I'm going to put it on the edge because that seemed to be the part, that's the important part. And that seemed to be the part that people didn't remember to put it on. And I'm kind of already too far across, I think. But as soon as I get this on here, I'll show you what it looks like. All right, folks. Here we go. Obviously, this part is supposed to line up against the lash line, and the other part is supposed to be what cuts your crease. So I'm going to put my camera down so that I'm not out of frame because I'm going to have to lean in really closely to this mirror. And my tripod is not cooperating there. Okay. Yeah, there we go. All right, folks, going in. It does not fit my eye shape, I can promise you that. That looks really high up, number one. And it didn't... Okay. That's really not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it's way up where it's not supposed to be. So I'm going to try to buff that out before it sets in. All right. It's really not too bad. It did get underneath my eye too, so let me get a Q-tip and get that off. You know, you spend a lot of time prepping the eye for a cut crease, so if you jack it up, it's a lot of time that you've just kind of gone down the drain with. So I'm going to use this little detailer brush and I'm going to smooth this out a little bit. Clean up that line a little. I'm just gonna kind of bounce along there so that hopefully I can fade one color into the other. All right, I'm going to leave it at that because I really don't want to go any further with this because I can only anticipate that it would get worse and we don't need it to get worse. So I'm going to grab my Jaclyn Hill palette. I think I'm going to twist my camera around just a tad. There we go. I'm going to get my Jaclyn Hill palette and my MAC 242 and try to put some pink over it. So let's do that. I'm going to be using the color Sissy right there. I've tried to use the lighter color of pink before on a cut crease and it didn't show up at all. So I'm just going to start off with the brighter one this time. And I'm just going to pat on top of it. I have in the past set the concealer with a powder before going in, but it seemed like it just really diluted the color of the shadow. And I didn't like that. So this seems to be working okay. It's a pretty color. Maybe I'll put that really light color on the very inner part. I'm having trouble getting it on that edge.
How could you say this every time? This is the new world, you told me lightly.
I think it looks pretty good actually. Once I get the darker color in the outer corner put back in, I think it'll be pretty. And I don't think I have such a harsh line here this time that I can't bounce on top of it. I'm going to go in with my ring finger across this and see if I can't get a little bit more shimmer and pigmentation out of this. This is kind of a cool color, and I never really realized that it kind of has an orange or peachy shift to it. I think it's pretty. It gave me a nervous breakdown, but I think it turned out okay. I just had to clean up the edge a little bit. I think I'm going to go in with this really light one, which is called faint right on the very inner. I don't think you can even really tell that I did that, but it's whatever. All right, I'm going to grab my brush that I was using to put on the dark brown, maybe, if I can remember where I put it. That light drives me insane, you guys. Crazy. Okay, which one did I use? Okay, hold on. I won't make you wait through while I find the brush. Just let me hold you. There it is. Okay, I'm going to use this. I was using this Real Techniques Essential Crease brush and the shade Mocha right there. And I'm just going to start at my outer corner and just feather my way in. I'm just going to kind of go around in little circles to try to make that blend in. Yeah, I think that looks really cool actually. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to use the tool for the other one, even though it's probably not a great idea, but I want them to be uniform, so I am going to do that, but I won't talk through it. I'll just do it through I'll just do it on fast forward, so hopefully this one goes a little bit more smoothly. We'll see, but I don't think it turned out too badly for a first try, so let's get the other eye done. Just let me hold you.
How could you say this every time? This is the new world, you told me lightly. Oh, and how could it end? Let it fall in my lifetime. I don't really like that.
That one looks like it's a little bit higher up than the other one to me, but I am not going to be perfectionist right now. I lie. I am going to be perfectionist. I always am. But, you know, it's going to be one of those leave well enough alone kind of things. So that's what I'm going to do with it. All right. I'm going to bounce my finger along this line here and go in with the eyeshadow. We don't gotta leave this room. You don't gotta get dressed up for me, girl. Keep me staring at you. You look good in any light. You're gonna leave me breathless. Looks pretty cool, actually. Color is groovy as all heck. That is, this one's up way further than the other one. Like a lot. Okay, Sherri, you're gonna have to put your OCD to the side here. Maybe I'll go very lightly with this brown to tame out that line a little bit. I'm going to do the same thing I did last time and just go over it with my finger to try to get a little bit of extra shimmer and pigmentation out of this shadow. There's one spot that's looking bare to me right here. And now I'm going to go back in with that Real Techniques brush and Mocha and blend those two together. Okay, guys, let me get this light off my face. What do you think? I'm not really too dissatisfied. It's not perfect, but I didn't expect it to be, but it's a lot better than I expected it to be. If you're interested in this thing, I got it on Amazon for $7.99. There's several that are way more expensive. I'll link the one I got. It actually came in this box, and it came with kind of a bronzy, goldish, let me get it out of the package. It came with a little loose pigment. I didn't want to use that color because I was in a pinky mood. So, anyways, I'll link this down below if you're interested. What I would really recommend it for is somebody who has hooded lids, because it's hard for us to begin with to have a crease that even shows, or a lid that even shows. But this would probably be a good guide for somebody who had never done a cut crease before, and also for somebody who has hooded lids. So yeah, I am going to go off camera, put on some mascara and eyeliner and lashes, and then I'll be back so that you can see what it looks like for the finished look. All right, folks, so I was trying some new eyelashes, and these things are giant. Now, yeah, they're pretty, but seriously glam, and I'm getting ready to do a live stream, and I'm going to get on there and people are going to be like, exactly what are you dressed up for? But anyway, here's the cut crease situation. I'm okay with it. It is not even, but it's close. And it is a cut crease, and it did kind of give me a line, but I'm going to have to get better at making sure that I have them in the same place, and maybe stamp them both to make sure they're even before I put the powder on. But for a first try, I am not at all disappointed. I think I did a pretty dang good job. This mirror is shining weirdness on my face. I think I need to accept the fact that my videos are never going to look professional. They're always going to be like crazy like this. So I hope you like that. You must, or you wouldn't keep coming back. But anyway, so this is my experiment with the cut crease stamp. And I could go out in public. People would be wondering if I was getting ready to get married. People would be wondering if I was getting ready to get married or go to the prom or something like that. But I look presentable. So I think this is a success. I don't know how much more I would use it. I probably will play with it again the next time I want to do a cut crease and just see if I can get better at it. But for beginners or people who have hooded eyes or cannot find their crease line, this might be a good thing. So again, I'll link it below at Amazon, $7.99. Not too big of an investment to try it, even if it doesn't work. Not an expensive risk anyway. Okay guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video. It turned out pretty cool. Most of you are going to get to see it on my live stream soon, so you'll have to give me your opinion then. But thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it so much. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I ordinarily upload on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and when I have a live stream, it's usually on Wednesday evenings at 6:00 p.m. Central Time. So until next time, take care and God bless. Bye, guys.
How could you say this every time?
I'm going to start off. I'm going to do a half cut. Ugh.
How could you say this every time? This is